Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So, last time in the previous video, we were basically studying the ones complement and twos complement, and the dilemma of magnitude was there. We did solve the problem of representing negative numbers, but magnitude problem remains the same. So, if you use more bits, obviously it will occupy more space in memory, require more hardware to process, execute slowly, and it will cost more. And that is basically, against our philosophy of speed, more speed and less cost. So then what is the solution? Solution is that we want to use less space, we want to use reasonable hardware, execute the instruction fast, require more precision, and also we want to spend less. So then we use 16-bit format. And if you see the diagram and the numbers there, 7 zeros, 1 and then 8 zeros. Now this is in 16 bits, it is being represented, it is representing 256, number in decimal 256. Similarly, if you see first 8 bits and then 7 bits and then 1, so these 16 bits are being represented, they are representing 1. So the problem is that the computer process everything in 8 bits because the memories they are organized in 8 bits. Moreover, all 16 bits are required to represent a number. So if you represent 256, 16 bits are required, and if you have to represent 1, then 16 bits are required. Then even 16 bits are required. So you may choose any number of bits for 2's complement. Representation will be fixed. It will not change. It will be 16 bits always, whether you represent 1 or 256. So if result of any addition or multiplication require more bits, you can't help it. It will be truncated. Let's see an example. Now say in 8-bit representation, this figure 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, we multiplied with 2.7. And the answer is 81655,605.7. Now you see on the left hand side of the decimal point, it has been occupied, it has taken, you can say, 8 memory locations. Okay? But as far as 0.7 is concerned, it gets truncated. Now if it is the general thing, say for example, I ask you that please give me rupees 81655,605.7, and if you don't give 0.7, it doesn't matter. But if I ask you, alright, give me rupees $816, let's say 8165560.7 billion, then of course $0.7 billion is a huge amount. Similarly, some precision medical readings, there also 0.7, if it gets truncated, it is going to make negative to positive or positive to negative. So then what is the solution? Solution is that we want a code in which each number should be represented separately, and there we come to the BCD code or binary coded decimal. Now in this code we use 4 bits for every number. Say for example 5 is being represented by 0101 and 9 is being represented by 1001 and so on. So 2 BCD digits are there in a byte because a byte has 8 bits and BCD code has got 4 bits. So there are 2 BCD digits in a byte, and this is called packed BCD. Okay, let me kill here. In unpacked BCD, each digit is being represented by 8 bits. We'll see it later. Now in this case, for example, 0010 is representing 2 and 0011 is representing 23 in your BCD number, but if you calculate in your simple binary, it will come out to be, I think, 35. Now in BCD format, it has got 3 fields. I will say 5 fields. We'll see the fields. Most significant field indicates the number of nibbles in the BCD number. But how many nibbles are there in that BCD number? Next is obviously the sign field, and with the sign field we use 00 for positive, 000 and 001 for the negative. Now let's see, for example, plus 2.21 format. Now if you see the diagram, as we said, the most significant field represents the number of digits in the BCD format. So 221 is basically the magnitude, and it is occupying 3 BCD locations, digit 1, digit 2, digit 3, and so this has got 3 digits, and we write down in the most significant field as 3. Next basically is decimal point. Now since it is 2.21, so this field contains the digit number. For example, in this case the decimal point is 2.21, so it is on the left hand side of the digit 2. Mind you, it is not number 2. Incidentally, digit 2 and number 2, they are the same thing, in this particular example, but it is on the left side of digit 2, which is again 2. That is why it is 2.21. And then of course next is the positive sign field, we said. Now let's see the example. The same example in the, you can say, binary form. So digit 1, which is being represented by 0001, similarly digit 2, 0010, digit 3, 0010, and then is the positive sign. As we said, it is 000, right? 3 zeros and the positive sign, and if it was negative, we would have inserted here 001, and then is the decimal point, and of course it is 10. You could have put 0010 also, but on the left hand side zeros, they don't matter, so it is indicating 2, isn't it? You could write down up to 9, because incidentally let me tell you that BCD it is only from 0 to 9, that is 0 0 0 0 to 1 0 0 1. The no doubt the 4 bits, they can represent 2 raised to the power 4 is 16, but in this case they are not 16, but it is, you can say, 0 0 0 0 to 0 0 1, that is 0 to 9. Okay, the above, you can say, 9, the BCD numbers, they are invalid. And then of course in the most significant field, it is the number of you can say BCD numbers, that is 0011, and they are 3 in this particular case. Now BCD gives us accurate results, all right, but it consumes more power, it takes more execution time, and obviously when you consume more memory, sorry, not power but the memory, and you execute the instructions, it takes more time, because you execute more instructions, then it will cost more, and that is against our philosophy, that we have to be fast and we have to spend less. So then what is the solution? Solution is that we go to the floating point binary. So in this we normalize the number and follow the fixed format. Now let's take the example 0.00345. In this case, if you see, now the 00 on the right hand side of the decimal, they are being pasted. They have no meaning except that they are indicating the position of the decimal point. So if we normalize it, then we can write down 0.345 into 10 raised to the power minus 2, where 0.345 is called normalized mantissa. Zeros have been eliminated, but this minus 2, which is obviously 10 raised to the power minus 2, and this minus 2 is called the exponent. So please remember this thing in your mind. Please keep this thing in your mind, that 0.345 is known as normalized mantissa and minus 2 is called the exponent. Obviously, as we said, meaningless zeros have been eliminated and exponent has been adjusted. Let's take another example. 34.5, it is normalized 0.345 into 10 raised to the power 2. Now let's represent this number in the floating point format. Previously it was a fixed format, now it is the floating point format. And in floating point format, we take 4 bytes, that is 32 bits. And the fourth byte in this, which is the most significant byte, if you see the 4 bytes in the diagram below, in front, the most significant byte is representing basically exponent, and in that most significant bit is representing sign, and remaining 7 bits are representing the exponent number. Similarly, the remaining 3 bytes 1, 2, 3, 24 bits, they are representing mantissa, and in that also the most significant bit, which is 23rd bit in this case, because 0 to 23, so 23rd bit, and in decimal if we say 24th bit, this is, and we never say in decimal, it will be wrong, so we say, we restrict ourselves to 23rd bit. It is the sign of the mantissa. Okay. Now we can say the same thing. 31st bit is for the sign of exponent, 24 to 30th bit number of exponent, 23rd bit is sign of mantissa, 0 to 22nd bit number of mantissa. So in this case, you can imagine that you can use these 32 bits to represent any number in the computers with accuracy, magnitude of the number, memory utilization, and the speed, and obviously the cost will also be less. We'll see in the practice questions all these binary numbers and BCD questions, and then you can say simple binary conversion from binary to decimal, decimal to binary, then even some examples of the octal code, and then of course the floating point binary and the fixed point binary, and all these normalized numbers. So we'll see this. Next is the alphanumeric data. Now ABCD A to Z and 0 to 9, how we represent in the computers. And this is the code which has been invented for this is the ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Now this is for the word. This is a 7-bit code being used for the word, and there is an extended code, that is the ASCII code, in which there are 8 bits. and eighth bit is being used for the parity. Now I don't want to confuse you at this moment for the parity. Just remember this thing, that it is for error detection. Now when you it is not that we are studying, as I told you, the mathematics. Basically this number system we are studying, that you have to use to frame the message, like you use it in the chat, in your mobile, with the WhatsApp, in your Facebook, and similarly the TikTok, and you transmit these messages. These messages are going, as far as the computer is concerned or your mobile is concerned, in bits form, but to the human beings they are then converted into the audible form, and then you listen these messages. Okay, so these bits can develop the error also inside, in between, when they are being transmitted, and they are to be detected and corrected. We'll talk it out sometime else, because error detection and correction is a vast subject, maybe not in this course but in some other course, or maybe in this course also. So you can see, gentlemen, the tables, ASCII tables in your books. Now what IBM is using is not the ASCII code but the EBCDIC code, as we call, Extended Binary Coded Decimal Information Code. This is used only for IBM computers, and since they have the monopoly, therefore they don't allow rest of the world to use this code, except that when the IBM terminal is to be interfaced with other terminals. And how we can use this information? Obviously, binary code we represent 0 to switch off the bulb and 1 to and switch on the bulb. And as I said earlier, we can change this convention also, but we'll talk it out later. At this point, you just keep this thing in mind. Then there are octal codes which only use 3 numbers, 0 to 7. This was being used by earlier computers. We no more use it, but we do teach it and we discuss it, just because they are still being used in some of the, you can say, algorithms, like maybe in the key maps and error detection and correction and things like that. So for example, 7 is being represented as 111, and if you calculate the decimal of 111, which is in the binary, of course, it comes out to be 7. Then in the hexadecimal code, and this is the code which is being used by the computers, particularly in the assembly language and you can say other languages also. It uses 4 bits to represent a number. For example, 000 2 is being represented by 0, is representing 0, and 1001 is representing A, and similarly up to 111, which is representing F. So this is hexadecimal code. Now there are symbols also with which we daily which we use or we confront: addition, subtraction, asterisk mark, hash marks, and greater than, less than, and so many symbols you can see on the keyboard. So this man-machine interface also demands that these symbols should use, inside computer can use anything, or the printer can use anything, but we cannot work, the human beings, we cannot work in binary. So let them use any format, but we'll use some understandable symbols. Okay, where we have used this, where the requirement of accuracy, precision, memory space, processing speed, and of course the less cost, that has been catered for. So this is what all I have to say today. And if you have liked this video, you have liked this knowledge, my way of conveying the knowledge, then please subscribe this channel, like it, share it with your friends. Thank you very much.